Hello, hello everybody. It's Joy from Pajama Crafter Stamps. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad that you're here with me. So if you can give me a comment just to let me know that you see me and that you can hear me, that would be awesome. But we're gonna do something a little crafty, with some beehive stuff, all that stuff. So let me know. Judy just said hello, so that's good to know. And I see that Pam is on here. So Pam, to answer your question, it is 1 p.m. Eastern. It's my time. I don't know. I don't remember if you're on my time zone or not, but I don't know. So I switched back to my white glass. So you guys are gonna have to let me know how this works out for you. So I die cut some stuff in advance. So I have this beehive die, like the comb, the honeycomb. This is like cherry lin. This is like forever. I'm aging myself right now, like, okay. And then I die cut this window. And this is, I'm gonna age myself again, and but this is a window. It's the Hearth and Home from Stampin' Up. So you can't even get this stuff anymore, you guys. But I know everybody's gonna ask me, like, where did you get this? And you can't. And then of course I've already cut out Bruno the Beekeeper. And so we're gonna color all of these images. I know we did this the other day. I have no idea why that's in there, but whatever. But we've got all the pieces. We'll see how much we get done. But I'm gonna make a cute little scene, and we're gonna layer some stuff up. We're gonna have a little bit of fun because, to be real honest with you, I wasn't able to come on on Tuesday of this week. I just had a lot going on, and I needed to unplug. Like, I turned off all my phones, my iPads, my computer, and I needed to take a me break, and I am so sorry for that. But let's get going, So I did die cut out some rectangles, and this is using a cross stitch die from my nesting die from my stash. We're going to use this one. I don't know, it measures about 4.5 by 3.25, I think. We'll see. That was me eyeballing it without seeing anything. So you know that I love this stencil. It's my favorite. You're like Judy saying, no need to apologize. Thank you. But if you guys noticed, I did redeem myself on Wednesday. I did make a video of the card that we were going to make. And on that card, we did a matchbook pop-up card. And on the blog, if you just go to the website and hit the blog, you can get the free PDF on how to make that. So with that, and you can watch the video. So yeah, let's start blending. So I've got these new blenders, new to me. I mean, I've had these blenders for like 6 months, and I just haven't done anything with them. But yeah, so it looks like if you're new to the channel and you're just kind of watching, if you'd like to say hello, we would love to say hello back. We always welcome, everybody here. And if you are new, we are so happy to have you. So this is my favorite cloud stencil, and I am just putting in a little bit of ink. And I try to kind of start off like onto the stencil and then onto the page. That way we're not like using all blue. Hi Amy Sigler, good to see you. How did you find us? I'm curious. Or if you're new to our Facebook Lives, I'm just curious. Those are good for covering big areas. You know that I'm very, very loyal to my regular brushes, but I thought I would give these a try. So I'm like you, Pam. I have like 12. I have 12 for dye inks and I have 12 for distress inks. So when I'm done, so here's the key to these is you want to like put them on the side and then you want to twist them on. That way you're not getting the bristles. So but off camera, I will make like a little dot and I will make this the blue one. Okay. That's right, Amy. I'm so sorry. My memory sucks and I'm so sorry. Like, yes, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. It's been a minute since the expo, you know? All right, so now we're going to come in with Twisted Citron and a new brush. So I keep 12, and I said that I keep 12 brushes, whether it's these brushes or if they are brushes, you know, any type of brush, whether it's my minis, whether it's my like toothbrush head ones or whatever. I have like 12 for dye inks and 12 for distress oxide. So this is kind of my transition color, and I'm not going all the way up. I'm leaving white space, and we're going to cover most of this up, so this is like not an important step. Now that I'm done with the Twisted Citron, we're going to go to Mode Lawn. You know, Pam, I looked at those and I watched his demo on them. And since I had already bought these, I kind of had made the decision that I wasn't going to spend any more. Like, how many brushes can I possibly have? Now, if you don't have brushes, I would say go for it, you know. But I am at a point in my craft room situation that we have got to start destashing, you know. So that was Dawn Power Wash, and that's just to keep everything clean. Hey, I have exciting news today, you guys. I mean, this is so important. I have been telling you guys for the last 6 months that I've been salty because it's winter. First of all, happy first day of summer. Yay! And guess what? Here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, it's like gonna hit 80, and it's sunny and it's beautiful, and for the first time, the second time this summer, I am wearing shorts, and I'm so excited about it. Even though it's kind of funny because my air conditioning is kind of cold right now because I've got my door shut. I'm a little cold, so, but I'm not complaining because as soon as I get done off this live, you know, I know I'm supposed to be getting ready for the Lakeland show. So, Amy, if you're going to be at the Lakeland Stamp Fest, we'll be there next weekend. But, yeah, I might go outside and sit on my deck and do something. I even thought about going to the water park and getting some sun, getting some, like, waves, getting some food. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it. If you guys cannot tell, I am so happy summer's here. Like, I feel like I could get up and do a happy dance, but then y'all might judge me and judge my dancing, and then, you know, I don't want to be known as the person who dances for tips. So I don't know. Anyway, what is that up there? Oh, no. I feel like there's like a mask or something over my face. On this upper camera, I don't know. I'm looking at that. You guys, I'm losing my mind. Anyway, all right. So let's start putting the shadows into Bruno. Now, so Bruno is is illustrated by Jane's Doodles. She's very, very talented. We're very lucky to have her. And so there are 2 bears in this set, and I'm gonna have to go look at her characters to see if there are names for both of these bears, because I honest to God don't know if there are 2 bears or if they're all Bruno. So if for some reason she should pop on here, we'll ask her. Hey Betsy, good to see you, my friend. We are coloring Bruno the Beekeeper, and I am putting in the shadows. So I am one of those colorists that start with the scary dark first. So, so this is the E59, and there are going to be shadows like where this little arm is, and then we're just going to pretend the sunshine's coming straight down on him, so he's going to have a highlight in the middle. Because I find that's the easiest for everybody to color. Can you hear my dog? He was like coughing, or I don't know. My poor guy, he's 15 years old, and I just love him to death. I just hope that every time he coughs, I just worry about him, you know? You know what? I should probably zoom in. Okay. And the reason I do that is that the reason I put the ink pad on there is so that the camera has something to zoom in on. Now, over here, he's got that netting. But but that's going to cause the face to be a little bit lighter. So we're going to come in with this E57, and we're going to put the shadows in with the E57. So basically anything that we do on the bear's body, we're going to start with one color lighter. And then the brim of his hat would also cause a shadow. Okay? Now we can go in and start extending these shadows down here. And we can kind of feather these colors in a little bit and kind of round out his belly. Because I imagine he is, saving up for the winter. He's getting all of his calories in before he has to hibernate. Let me tell you something. I think I should have been a bear and I should have hibernated because I am not a winter girl. I've been salty. But I'm excited now, y'all, because we are in it for the long haul. We're here for the heat. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the Cincinnati area, but it is hot and humid here. And it's almost like you're by the ocean without being by the ocean, because we've got so many lakes and rivers and all those things. So it's not exactly like how do I want to say this? It's not exactly the coolest place in the world to live, but it's not exactly the hottest either. But the humidity really kind of, it can get a little forceful. But I am for it, because I would rather be humid and sticky than just sit there and be freezing my butt off. All right, so now we're going to go in with this E55, and we're going to catch up the face here. So this is going to be kind of like the main color of the face. And I'm extending that down because I still have to transition this color, okay? So that's his main color. Now we're going to do the same thing with his arms. And if we need to put some darker colors in here, like if we've decided that we've gone a little too crazy with the E55, then we can do that, or else we can add a whole different color of the E family. And we just, we're just playing. Betsy had her heat on this. Ugh. Girl, I would be salty. Now, Lisa was saying that in Rhode Island, it's going to be like 93 next week. So I don't know what your weather's going to be like, Betsy, but hopefully it gets better for you, Oh, there's that loud car that you all know I can't stand. So it's going to be 50, or it's going to be 90s for you next week too. I'm all for it. I was really hoping that I would get to spend some time at the amusement park at the pool next week, but it is show season. We leave on Thursday to go to Lakeland. So if you are in the Florida area, which we know that one of our watchers is, we will be in Lakeland. We are participating in the make and take night, where 100 people rotate every like 15 minutes to a new table. And we have a really cool card that we're gonna have you guys making. And I do think that he needs a little bit more brown. So we're gonna come in with that E57. I think I was a little too, I don't know, light on that. But it's so much easier to add color than it is to take it away, you know? And we could do a lot of texture here if we wanted to make him furry. I mean, we could do all kinds of things. So Nerdy Crafter's here. She's waiting for a doctor's appointment, and then I think she's waiting on some other information too, I'm sure, that her and I talked about earlier today. So if she disappears, we'll know why, because she's going in to say hi to her doctor. So y'all, Nerdy is going to be teaching a class at Stamp Away using our, what is that? The In Full Bloom stamp set? No, Lovely Bouquet. Lovely Bouquet. And she's going to teach everybody how to watercolor with this. So this is the E57. So I am coming in and I'm just feathering this in a little bit. And the reason I'm moving this around, it is so much easier to move your paper, and like some of us flick better away from us, some of us flick whatever. It's all about keeping your wrist comfortable, whatever that means for you. Okay? So she just told me it's a Lovely Bouquet. You would think I would know. Her and I have talked about this 1,000 times. We put the class together. We've already, I mean, it's already up on the Stamp Away website, so it's not as if we don't already know what we're doing, but I shouldn't say you would think that I would know, you know? But, you know, when you're going to like 7 and 8 shows, you just have to, sometimes you have to work on one at a time, and you just have to do the best you can, and you just kind of get it done. And, you know, I was talking to Nerdy today, sometimes you know, you can't control everything, and sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And kind of, you know, she always Nerdy's like my best friend, if you guys didn't know. She always plans for what she calls a Murphy. Me, on the other hand, I fly by the seat of my pants, and I probably should plan for Murphy a little bit more, right? But sometimes you just have to let it go. We're gonna be Elsa. I can't sing, but so I'm using this E53 just to kind of blend her in. Okay. Hey Justine, did you guys see the picture on Pajama Crafter Stamps and Friends? That's our Facebook group, so if you didn't know, you need to go subscribe and come play with us. And we have a card challenge going on, and you know what, we have had like very few entries, so if you actually like play along with our sketch challenge, you can win a prize. And who doesn't love a prize? Go do it. You got nothing to lose. So that's my PSA statement for the day. I am going to do, I know I did this last week, but I'm kind of loving this like khaki green, so we're just gonna keep going with this. So I got to meet Justine and Melanie, and we had a nice little lunch or dinner that turned into like a 4-hour escapade because the weather was so bad. It almost looked like we were going to have like tornadoes at one point. And so we all just sat there and talked. What was really cool was not only were we there, but our husbands were there, and Justine's mom and dad were there, and we all got along like we were just like friends forever. I mean, I know like Melanie and Justine have been like besties, online besties for years, but this is the first time I got to meet them, and I'm telling you, I was like, when they left, I just wanted to be like, I wish they lived closer, or vice versa, or I lived closer to them, because we had a stinking good time. All right. What do you think of Bruno? I think he's darling. He's darling. C5, C3, C1. So this, I believe, is what they call a smoker, like to get the bees out of the hive. I have no idea, y'all. I don't do the whole bee thing. Now, my husband, he is all jazzed by bees, and he would totally know. But shoot. So Nerdy was saying in the conversation that it's like 115 where she lives in Arizona. And we were talking about that the other day. It's almost like the dry heat of Arizona is better than the moist nastiness here. So I don't know. I know that her family was in the Midwest and heading home soon, hopefully. And her mom came out. She's like, "Holy Batman, what's going on?" Because it was like breathing in soup, and that's what it's going to be like here next week. Okay, I am going to give him a black nose. I did all that blending, and I'm going to end up cutting part of him off, but I wanted you guys to see him done. I'm going to go in with an E000. I'm sorry, 0000, just to give his snout a little something something. Now, technically speaking, he should have a little bit of shading around his little snoot. So I'm going to just very finely go in and outline that in areas. And that's it. We're leaving it alone. Hot soup air. Minnesota's like that too because of all the lakes. Do you know that we almost moved to Minnesota when I was a kid? And when we didn't, I was sad because I think it's so pretty. But, when your dad's work does what your dad's work does, you just kind of go with the flow. And looking back at my childhood, I was so lucky to, to be around my grandparents. They were like my best friends, so we did everything with them. And if we had moved to Minnesota, we wouldn't have seen them very much. So all is well that ends well. So that was that E89, 87, and 84. We're going to keep their hats matchy because I'm really into the khaki. I don't know why I'm singing, I swear I don't. Okay, I think I already pulled it down, but by the time, like, what I see and what you see sometimes, like, there's such a leg I didn't know. So I'm sorry. I pulled it down, Amanda. I love me some Minnesota too. I was kind of, like I said, I was sad that we didn't move there because I think that there's a lot to do in Minnesota, especially if you're an outdoorsy person. All right, y'all. We are going to do the bear almost in the same colors that we did last time because why reinvent the wheel? So Justine, Arizona is beautiful. Like, they don't have any of the same terrain that we have in the Midwest, and I get sad every time I have to come back home. Now, I'm going to preface that I'm glad to see my husband. I'm more excited to see my dogs. Don't tell him I said that. But I usually get very sad when I leave Arizona. If I could get my husband to move to Arizona, I would be the happiest girl on earth. My Arizona family is there. I love the weather. I think that the crafty world's on fire in Arizona. So, yeah. So this is the E49, you guys. This is like really dark. Okay. Now we're doing E47. If I could get my... You've got family there? I didn't know that. Justine, you have so many stories that you and I need to trade. I need to get to know you a little bit more. We need to have some play dates. Which I kind of hinted in the parking lot that I have some ideas, Justine, like for our play dates. That's a teaser for all of you guys, because all of you guys would be invited too. So Justine, are you on your way back to Minnesota, or are you still in my area? If you want to tell us. Asking a lot of personal information that maybe I shouldn't be asking, so that's why I'm like, shut up. She's in. Justine's in. Good. Because I'm telling you, what I got up my sleeve, y'all, it's going to be great if we can make it all happen. So this is E44. So if you're new to the channel and you find that our antics are fun, we would love it for you to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be able to see us more often. We do go live on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern and on Fridays at 1 p.m. if I don't have a show. If I have a show, then that kind of doesn't happen, you know? So next week you'll probably get me on Tuesday, but you will not get me on Friday, because on Friday I'll be setting up the booth, and then we will be, and then we'll be at the show. We'll be at the Make and Take night, and then all day Saturday, Sunday we'll be at the Lakeland show. So, and for all of those people who want to meet the veteran of the family or of the company, he will be at Lakeland. He goes to every one of the shows. We had plans for friends to go to shows with me so that he didn't have to take all of his vacation time. And let's just say the friend had other plans and it just didn't work, you know? And that happens. Life happens. But now you guys get to meet him. I'm doing some tip-to-tip blending just because I think we have too much of a disconnect. But sometimes when things don't work out, they work out for a reason. And I'm not sad about it because my travel year has been awesome. I am so sorry my head keeps getting into this camera. I'm used to sitting further back. Somebody, y'all need to like tell me when I'm doing stupid stuff. There we go. For his hat, we are going to use R22. And there's a reason. We just wanted to give it a little pop. We might even actually put the heart there. You never know what I'm going to do. But let's put some of these markers away. Well, no, well, yeah. Because by the time I get done with my desk, I can't even see, like I can't find the things because like the markers take over. So it's probably better for you and for me if I just take like a minute and do this stuff. I know that it takes up some of your valuable time and I apologize for that, but it gets to be a little bit too much for me otherwise. I mean, I need to clear off some of this, is what I'm saying. So Justine's saying that she really liked meeting Sean, who was my husband. And he said likewise about your husband. He really liked him, and he said so many nice things about your dad too. It sounds like your family overall is just a super fun, active family, and it's like, it was just like being with old friends. And gosh, I love that. All right, we're gonna go back to this tree. So can everybody see? So far, we've got the trees that are different colors, or the bears that are different colors. Now we are going to use kind of the same colors for the tree too, right? The maker session's here. Hi, Yoli. How are you? So, Yoli, I want to say thank you for checking on me this week. You were absolutely right that I had stuff going on, and that I maybe needed a friend, and it meant the world to me that somebody saw me. So thank you. It's really cool when people pick up on that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not cool that I had issues going on or that I wasn't myself, but it's really cool to know that there are people out there that pay attention to you and like they know when you're not the norm. So I want to talk about this tree for just 1 second. This tree does not come with this line. I drew that in with a ruler, and the reason I did that was because I cut this out with my scan and cut. So a trick to the scan and cut, like if you want to cut out sentiments, or if you have things that don't have lines that edge, if you draw in the line, you can do it with a pencil, you can do it with a marker, you can do it with whatever, then it'll cut around that. There's a trick for the day. I told you I'd give you guys away so much information. If you can stand listening to my little froggy voice and all of my yapping, like I give away a lot of information all the time. Yes, you did finally catch me. I'm alive. Yelly, it was good. I'm so glad. Are you going to be at Stamp Fest next week? And so you had said that you had hoped that you were going to see me at a expo. We will be at Duluth, we will be at Schaumburg, and we will be at Mesa still coming up this year. So we will have a chance, I'm sure, to catch up. I love that we can all be friends. You do that with yours too, Pam. You know, I'm part of a Facebook group, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a scan and cut group. And you learn so many tips and tricks, and honestly, for me, the scan and cut is like my bestie's on here, so I can't say it's my bestie, but it's I can't even say it's my crafty buddy, my bestie, because my crafty my crafty friend is on here too. I can't win. Anyway, it's the most used tool in my craft room. Let's go with that. I am so sad. So Barbara contacted me and asked me if I wanted to come to the Collinsville show. And I really wanted to say yes to her because it's way closer to me than what Florida is. But it's the same weekend, I think. I think it's next week, right? I can't be in two places at one time, and I had already made up my mind that I was going to Florida. Which I have to be truthful with you, my old bones are dying with this, like, traveling. And when I travel, I take my two Yorkies, and one sits on the floorboard by my feet, and one sits on my lap. So by the time I do a 16-hour drive to Florida, not only do I smell like dog, I mean, I like, it's the best smell ever, but, because I love them, but then my hips hurt, everything. It's because I don't get to move. But I feel sorry for them too because they don't get to move either. But yeah, I travel with my two dogs because my little guy is so old that if something happened to him when I was gone, I would just die, you know? So, look at me, I almost like talking about it makes me want to cry. The STX has smooth line feature. Yes. I'm getting ready to cut 1,000 make and takes with my scan and cut. And let me tell you, she be working hard this year. She be working real hard. But the scan and cut and my silhouette and my laser and all the things that we have, I'm so blessed, you guys. Like when I say those words, like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. They work really hard because my shoulder would not allow me to do the things. So, you know what, Pam, I had the old model until I dropped a razor blade down it and killed it. And I don't think it really matters what one you have as long as you can like make it work. I had the old one until I broke this one. I think I'm going to bring a little bit of Y19 in here because I want this to be a little more golden, but it's kind of looking kind of cool. That's what it needed, y'all. Look at that. My southern twang just came out like, hello, you, like, hey, y'all. Hey. I'm so silly. I'm happy today, you guys. Like, the sun shines out. Like, I am going to say that until you're tired of hearing me say it. Like, I'm so happy. I am a vitamin D queen. Like, I need some vitamin D. So, definitely when your scan and cut doesn't work well, Pam, you should like buy some blades, and it changes everything. And also taking a Q-tip soaked in alcohol and just going around the rollers and just like keep hitting the feed button so those rollers get clean. It makes all the difference in the world. And getting new mats. I mean, I know the mats are a pain in the rear end, but I mean, it's just like any other machine. Like, you know, if you're a mechanic, you've got to take care of the car. You've got to take care of your tools. It's money that we have to spend, and it stinks. But if we take care of our tools, and again, you guys, I'm coloring this, and most of this is going to be like hidden. But I haven't decided which parts, well, kind of I have. It's going to be hidden. So we're coloring the things because, well, I like hanging out with you guys. I ain't gonna lie, as soon as this live is over, I'm not gonna upload a picture. I'm not gonna update a blog. I'm going outside and I'm gonna get some vitamin D. And I'm not saying that like I don't love hanging out with you guys, because I do, but this girl's ready for some summer fun. So I'm gonna just make some streaks. And you can make them curl. You can do whatever you want with them. Okay. Doesn't have to be rocket science. E27. We're going to just go right over those lines. Start filling it in. Totally like just did something weird there. I don't know what I just did, but it's fine. I'm fine. The paper sign, we're all fine today. Okay. Now we're going to use the G5. And we're going to just fill in the rest of those colors. Because again, most of this is going to be covered up in my design. So there we go. You notice I didn't even color like the grass more than one color. And I think it's because it's going to be Oh my god, so Nerdy says, fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the T-bird away. You guys are going to get me kicked off of, first of all, we've got it like, this camera, my head's been in it the whole time, you guys. Yell at me. But what I was saying is this grass is probably not going to be in there. So I do want to color this little beehive. All right. And we're going to do that with the warm grays. Because I'm imagining it being like a worn wood, you know? So do you have the CM350 maybe? Is that what it is? So Nerdy says, oh, it's just the last few minutes that your head's been in it. Well, then tell me that's smack you. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm not smacking anybody. I'm just being silly today. I'm happy. It's called I haven't been around people much this week. So, Justine, one thing I told Nerdy today on the phone, I said, the picture of us outside of the restaurant with the three of us, I said, it truly showed how happy I was. And I had alluded that, you know, the other day I had to just go into hiding and stay off social media and just unplug. And being around you and your family and Melanie and Santa, you guys really like changed my week. And I may not have done much to change yours, but being around you guys are just good hearted, sweet people. And it like changed a little bit for me. So thank you. CM350, that's the one I had, Pam. And when I broke it 30 minutes after we deemed that we couldn't fix it, as in my husband messed with it for 5 minutes, I ordered another one and had it delivered the very next day. That's how much I love my scan and cut. Now there are like some really expensive scan and cuts out there now because they've come out with all the bells and whistles. I don't know anything about them. I don't even care to know everything about them. This is an E29, you guys. We're not even going to try to put highlights in these little areas. But yeah, just being around your family, it was great. All right, so we've done the hive. Let's do the wooden spoon. These are so small. Man, I tell you what, they're so much easier. Let's do this again. Yay, so we can see it. So I'm still going to use that E40 family, but I'm going to do like 43 and 44 and 42. Like, it would be so much easier if this was attached to paper first, but can't really scan and cut and be on camera at the same time. At least not with my current setup. When Nerdy comes next month, maybe her and I can figure out maybe a few things, but it is what it is. Randy DeMann. I thought it was so cool that they went to the Cincinnati Zoo and he dressed up, well, kind of like dressed up like Santa, but he was like talking to all the kids and like the kids just ate him up. You could tell from the pictures. It was just so sweet. I loved it. Like, I truly loved it, you guys. So I'm going to do this honey. I don't know why I feel like I'm going to like put everything on the card. And I could totally be wrong. But sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants. And my heart really wants to use everything on this stamp set. I'm not using the birds, but I've got something in my head, and hopefully we like make it happen. I'm not going to be devastated if it doesn't happen, because I mean, you can only put so much on a 4¼ by 5½ surface. So if I hadn't told you guys, Justine is going to be on Craft Roulette on the 27th. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And you can tell me what that relates to in standard time or whatever time y'all are in. But I think it's 7 o'clock my time. And I'm a huge fan of some Craft Roulette. So I will be watching from Florida, because we will still be in Florida. But I will be rooting you on and all those good things. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, as I think you're starting to feel like the first time that you're on it. But Mary and Stephen Mr. Producer, I'm sorry, make it so easy and so fun. And then they do a, for lack of better words, like a sound check. So you kind of have an idea before, like the day before, like how it's gonna go. It's not bad. All right. All right, so Nerdy's saying that's 4 p.m. Arizona time. I'm coloring y'all. I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm just bringing in my colors however I see fit. We've got some people on here that are quietly watching, so if you want to say hello, we would love to talk with you. And of course, we would love it if you would comment, like, subscribe to the channel so that you can see all of our antics. We did just bring on a video team, so Justine is on it, so is Pam, and then there's Annie, and then there's me and my froggy voice, and then we might bring in some guest people from here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be Pam and Annie and Justine. So what will happen is they will be on the channel like once a month on Pajama Crafter, and then they will be on 3 more times on their personal channels. So if you want to see more Pajama Crafter Stamps stuff on YouTube, you can always go check them out, because they are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff on their channels. I might even get Nerdy, if she ever finds any time, to come in and do a couple channels or a couple videos on her channel. She can come in on mine too. I mean, she knows my passwords to everything in my life. So, I mean, she literally could take over my YouTube and I wouldn't even know it. That's the truth. You live under a rock, do you? I don't think so. You go to shows and you talk to people. Okay. You guys, we've almost colored them all. We're getting there. Now these, you're going to see me struggle. All right. Now I know that wings are not blue-green, but in my world they're going to be, and it's my party. I'm going to do what I want to do. And let's get all these little flapper dappers. I mean, I know that they're supposed to be translucent, Oh, I lost one. I hate it when I do this. There is a bee that is floating around my desk, and we may or may not find him. It's okay. I'm not gonna waste a lot of our time looking for it. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Okay, we're fine. I mean, literally right before I came on camera, I made sure that I had them all. Now, I am doing their faces yellow. I know they're usually like brown or black, but again, we want them to be cute. And when you give them like little black faces, they're not so cute. Let's be real. So let's make them cute. I think everybody needs a set, Pam, but you know, that's just me. I'm a mess. 5, 7. Okay, we're almost done with the coloring, you guys. It's been a lot of. So this is C7, which is going to act like the black. And C5, and I bet if I put all my markers away again, I'll find this other bee. Like, it's just buzzing around my desk. But we can get by with 2, or it's in my lap. Nope. Okay. Because that happens a lot. I stand up and then all of a sudden, like, the stuff falls out. So let me put my stuff back one more time. And I hate doing this. I feel like I'm wasting your precious time. And I'm so sorry. But it just makes it, it's easier for me to create when I can actually see what I'm doing. Like, you have to have elbow space. I remember watching Tim Holtz at Stampaway one time, and he literally was cramped up to the point that, like, cause you know, he's crazy with all the stuff that he has, and like he had like a 6 by 6 inch area that he actually could work in because he had all of his stuff everywhere, and you could tell it was finally starting to get on his nerves too. But we all kind of laughed, and you know, that was probably my best time at Stampaway. He's not caught traveling to shows, I don't think, anymore. But he went to break, and my friend like adores him. I mean, who doesn't? But and I said, hey Denise. I said, guess what? I said, he just got up to get a break. I said, we could get a front row seat. She goes, yeah, but we'd have to sit there the whole time. I'm like, do you have anywhere you need to be? And she goes, well, we're at a show. And I'm like, yeah, we both have rooms that are full of stuff. Do we need all the stuff, or do you want to meet Tim Holtz? And so we sat right in front of him for over an hour. Finally, we got up because we felt bad that we were hogging him, and like, we felt like maybe we were being rude. Who knows? Were we? I don't know. It is what it is. All right, so one thing that I forgot to do was, hi Allison, welcome to the channel. I am going to zoom out because we're going to start putting the card together, okay? And I'm going to use that to focus. It looks like it's actually pretty well focused. But, okay. I always do that, you all know. So I want to ink up a few things before we get all into the nitty gritty here. So have I used this one? I've used that one. So I've got some wild honey, and I've used this gold cardstock. It's probably very close to what this cardstock is, but I just want to add a little bit of dimension, you know, just zhuzh it up a little bit. And it's just a hard blend. It's nothing real good. So Allison, if you are new to the channel, we would love for you to hang out with us, maybe subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that stuff. I'm not trying to be like all in your face about that, but we truly do love building a community here, and we love our customers, and that's really what it boils down to, is we love our customers. Now we do have this little yellow heart. We may or may not be using it. I just wiped off my desk 10 seconds too soon. You just subscribed, yay! If you subscribe to our emails at pajamacrafterstamps.com, there is a free download. I don't know if you're a planner babe or not, but we have a full sheet planner, so it like be the classic happy planner. It's 8.5 by 11, whatever size that is for happy planner or whatever. You can print out a card sketch and a color swatch thing. So every time you make a project, you can keep record of it. And so if you print it out onto cardstock, you would have a really nice binder. At the end, you always could like do a 3-ring binder. I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but it's a free download to edit. Did you hear that? Oh, Jesus. I just sent my glue holder across the room. At least the glue is still on my desk. How that happened, I don't know. Now we're using some saltwater taffy. You do everything. All right, cool. So we're just distressing the edges. And what I said about these brushes, put them on at a corner and twist. Justine taught me that today in a video that she did. I still haven't found the third bee, so we're just gonna pretend that we don't need him, because we really don't. All right. Have you all seen our paper pack this month? So this is our Bee's Knees paper pack. So you get this really big, like, bee and honeycomb. Then you also get it in small on the reverse side. And you get 4 of each. I've used some of it on some of it. And then you get this. This is so pretty. But then you get it with the bees. So with and without the bees. You have this pretty buttery yellow. But then look at this. You get the bees with the blue wings, which is why I did that, because we might use this. Then you also get the blue that coordinates. But then you get this. And I think that's beautiful. Just think it's beautiful. And you get this honeycomb with this gold, and then you get the polka dots, because I'm a polka dot girl, and I am a diagonal stripe chick. So you get a black, yellow, and white stripe, and then you also get this one. So all this stuff that I went through, honest to God, you probably didn't have to like even make all the things I did. I wanted you to see it. Yes, we are going to use one of these as a background. I just have to decide which one. Let's use that one. So I am going to cut this one down to 4 1/4 by 5.5. You guys, I totally can't decide which one I want to use, like which side. So this may be a work in progress. You never know. And if you didn't know, if you're new to this little shindig, this is like I'm dabbling in paper for the first time, like making it myself. I think I'm liking this one. Oh, we need to zoom out more. Gosh. Yeah, we're going to use this one. You love the bee stuff? I love the bee stuff. Love, love, love the bee stuff. I really thought we were going to go with this big one, but we're going to go with the smaller print. It hurts my soul to say it. So I always put my cardstock upside down. That way it's like flush with the crease. And then I use my little pet press, which is like a stamp press. And that just like makes the glue adhere smooth and no wrinkles. All right. The next thing I want to do is, I wish I had die cut this with that same cross stitch, but you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing from like card to card. I am a fly by the seat of your pants girl. So that's 3.5. We're gonna do that by 4 3/4, and that's not straight. Okay. And let's get some adhesive foam out. All right. I want to get the cord pieces on. Do you guys think that needs like a little bit of vintage photo on it? I kind of do. We're just going to do it because I think so. Oh, not that one. Gather twigs for the wind because I couldn't find the vintage photo. It doesn't, I don't care what brand you use, you guys. I just kind of want, some distressing. Betsy says yes. She's all about the blend. Betsy has been like the biggest supporter of me for years, you guys. Like, I met her on a design team, like, it was during COVID, you guys. Like when we couldn't get any of the stock in, and like it was crazy. So it's been a hot minute, and Betsy's been a great friend and supporter of mine, and I'm so thankful for it. Okay, cleaning that off. I almost lost some bees. That's probably where I lost the first bee. Okay. All right. So I kind of want to go a little wonky wonky. But I want to, this card is going to be so thick and stupid, and we're going to have a blast with it. So if this part makes your heart cringe, don't watch. This would be the time to exit if you don't like popped up stuff. I am a dimension queen. Okay. Now that panel that we made is almost the same size, but that's fine. We're gonna pop that up too, and I'm gonna use the scraps instead of getting a whole new sheet out. I might have to get a partial sheet. We'll see. We'll see where we are. Where's my scissors? Where are you, my sweet friends? Betsy, thank you. And thank you, Justine. They say that I deserve to be supported. I don't know if I deserve it. I just know that it's nice. It's nice to have friends. I try to be good to people. Try to be generous to people. I hope that comes out, you know, like I hope that I portray that to people. Not always perfect. Never will even pretend that I am. But I try to be supportive. Okay, so we're going to put this aside for just a moment. What I want to do is I want to bring in my Misty. And you know it's not clean because it's well loved. Okay. And where did that stamp set go? We have Sweet as Honey, Be Brave, You're My Honeybee, We're Meant to Be. I think we're going to go with You're My Honeybee. Oh, let's see the side. No, we're going to go with We Were Meant to Be. If I can hold them up correctly. And since this is kind of a bouncy letter, if you don't get it 100% straight, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay. So this window, like I said, this was from 100 years ago with the SU company. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even available anymore. But I had to look it up to see how this ledge went. I've always been supportive of you. You know I'm like a big fan of yours. And it's really nice that people want to support me too. Okay, so we're making a window. I have other windows in my stash, but I'll be darned if I can find it. So why not go with the one that's discontinued that nobody can find, and then everybody's going to be like, where do I get that? Leave it up to me. All right. So this... in my best laid plans, it's going to get glued like so. So remember how I said most of that's not even going to be seen? That's what I meant. So I'm going to start by putting some glue on the trunk. And getting that there. Lord knows I've bought a few things from Maker Session, and Lord knows I'll probably buy some more when I see you at the next show. Isn't that cute? You guys, I'm dancing. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? So my intention is for this guy to be like chopped off. So you're only going to see like a little bit of him. No, hold on. So he's going to be like that, okay? But we need to address this netting. So we need to make sure that people know that it's actually there. Okay. I don't think we're going to see much of this. Like I said, we're going to chop most of him off. Now we have to kind of like, that's a Sharpie acrylic pen, so we just have to dry it. Okay. So now we're just going to cut the little legs off. And for good measure, I am going to put a glue dot like right underneath where that leaf and his hat are so that they kind of stay together, because we don't have a whole lot. See, I just pushed it. We don't have a whole lot holding this together, but it's fine. We're going to pop it up. So the next thing I wanted to do was kind of put him right there. And he's got to be straight because, you know, you've got the sentiment. Okay, yeah, he's got to be straight because you've got the sentiment there, okay? So let's get some tape and let's at least get him ready to go. got my big old roll of tape here. As you guys, anybody who knows that I love me some dimension. Do you guys like this design? I mean, it's a little bit different for me. I mean, it's not like I don't usually go all kinds of hog wild with scenes, but even though I went all, like, as I'm calling it, all hog wild with scenes, I haven't exactly like gone like nuts. I mean, this is like something totally attainable for anybody, sort of, you know, because I realize that we've got ultra skill levels of card makers. So I'd like to appeal to more than just the Copic coloring people. So whether, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole world out there. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, we're gonna start peeling that off. Oh, we should put a piece on the hive. Okay. So my intention was to actually do an entire Copic scene. Like, I know you guys have seen some of my Copic scenes, and I wanted to do like hillsides, and I wanted to do all kinds of things. But those sometimes can take like hours, and I don't want anybody to feel like they have to spend their entire summer making a card, okay? So that's kind of where I was going with it. Now let's get these hearts together, and I'm gonna kind of, yeah, we're gonna offset those. I don't know what I'm doing with these. These may not happen, but my intention is that they're gonna happen. Do I want them that way? No. So these were just from my stash. Where's my bear? And now he's like, honey, come in, come say hi. Like, where are you? Come home from work. I have that conversation a lot in my house. It's time to come home. That's what this one's saying. You guys, I am so stinking happy right now because it's warm and it's sunny, and I know I've said it like 17 times, but I am so here for the weather. And you're seeing my head again. Yell at me. Okay. So now I'm going to put him, like I said, this is going to be a lot of dimension. My dog's getting all spunky over there. Did you hear him huff? He's like, Mom, I am locked in this room with you. I'm locked in this room with you. I am locked in here with this puppy. And we need another piece of foam. Yes, I am fighting this like tooth and nail with my nails. Cut my nails shorter, and now I can't function. You know, but before I felt like I couldn't function when I had them longer. Go figure. Okay. All right. So, okay, this is cute, and you have to admit it is dang cute. Still feel like we might need to be slightly more popped up down here. And off camera, I will fix that, just so you're aware. Like, for final pictures, I've got to make it make sense. I'm fidgeting. See how that's totally like, oh, it's killing me. You guys, it's really hurting my soul. I've really got to get this level. I don't know if you know this. I tell people that I fly by the seat of the pants, which is like truly the truth. Because you guys can see it, that there was no rhyme or reason for any of this. But I am very particular on my card design. Like, I want it to make sense. I want it to be like, I don't want somebody to get some saggy, droopy card because I was lazy. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Nobody wants that. Yep, that's what we're doing with that one. So this is totally different for me and you guys. Okay. Now, do we have room for him somewhere? Oh, yes we do. Hi, Brian. Long time no see. Well, I'm glad you found me now. So, technically, you didn't miss me today. Oh, you guys. Look at that. I got all in. Okay, sorry. Let's find my little sticky poker tool. God, it's so cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. Stupid cute. We need the third B, so you know I'm gonna like find it eventually. But oh my God. Oh, guess what I forgot? Oh my goodness, look what I forgot to do. We're going to see how I want that. You know I'm not opposed to like ripping stuff up and like I do like a little mixed media stuff here and there. So the dog is looking at me like, can we please be done, Mom? Can we? As he just sneezed. You guys, he is 15 years old. He is the cat's pajamas as far as I'm concerned. And he does no wrong. Okay, I really don't think that we should put any more in here. I wanted to... like that solid one, I think, is the problem. Yeah, we'll do that. You guys are seeing the process in its rawest form. That's what I like about lives, though. Like, you guys get to see the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm still drooping. Maybe if I popped that little thing up, maybe then we wouldn't droop. Buddy, all I can do is let you out the door. I can't go outside right now. I mean, we'll do that here in a minute, but not yet. Okay. What do you guys think? Is it not the cutest little... Come on now. He's cute. Let's add some more highlights because highlights are my jam. So we are very, very, very popped up. We are outside of my box. I still need to find the third bee, and it's going to kill me. I mean, literally, as soon as I get off of here, it's going to be like, boop, I'm here. All right, let's get some bling. So this is our lemon twist bee rhinestones. I think last time I used the daffodil confetti, which are very pretty, but I don't feel like these get the love that they deserve, so we're going to give it some love. And we're going to put a real big one right there to break up that space. Okay. And we're gonna bling her up, bling it up, bling it up. I might put so much bling on here that we don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm loving it. You're gonna get some of those, Amy. Awesome. Are you gonna come to the Lakeland show? Because I'd love to see you. Almost done. Picked up too many rhinestones. And do we have the red hearts on my desk? Yes, we do. Remember I said that heart might go right there? That's where it's going, girls. Except for I picked one that was funky. Okay. Well, I hope you do get to make it, because you know I like seeing everybody. And again, we are going to be at the Make It and Take It night on Friday, where you like sign up to rotate every 15 minutes to a new company, and they do it's not, I guess you pay for it, but you get a new card. Isn't that just cute? Now let's just show you the difference between my creativity here. This is the same set. Both are equally darling, but they're completely different. And so there's no reason, so what I always tell people is, like, when they're going to buy a stamp, like, at least come up with like 4 different ways, 5 different ways that you're going to use it. And I've literally just shown you the exact same stamp, almost the exact same setup, right? And that's the bee we're missing. Now I know which one to be looking for. But here we just made it all collagey and like country chic. And over here we did it, kind of simple and whatever, but it's just so much fun. And I don't know, you tell me, what do you guys think? I love it. I love all of my layers. I feel like I dropped a rhinestone or forgot a rhinestone. I see a wet glue spot that was meant for some bling. There we go. Now it's on there. But so cute. But if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this one, because I feel like these two bears are like, I'm gonna call them honey bears, but I feel like they're in love, and like the ones like, okay, honey, you've had enough. Stop playing with bees. Come in and have dinner. Kind of like the conversation I have every night with my husband, but not about bees, but like, come home from work. Let's hang out. My husband's really good. Don't think that he doesn't. Like, I get all the attention in the world, but you know, he does love his job too. But okay, so now I have shown you these adorable bears, and now it's time for y'all to do it. Now, if you are not part of Pajama Crafter Stamps and Friends Facebook page, there is a card challenge going on. Runs through the 30th. There are prizes involved, but you have to be a member, and you have to use Pajama Crafter Stamps products, and you have to upload it to the album. Like, you don't have to be like super famous. You don't have to have the best card on earth. Just show us what you're making with our products, because we all have all this stuff and we don't use it. So like, maybe you bought the baseball stuff, or maybe you bought the fish from like a year ago, or maybe you have the bald eagle, or maybe you have like the Yorkie from like my very first release. You can use whatever you want. I don't even care if you use the penguins. Even if you use like the prickly, like, even if you use like the prickly pear stamps that you have in your stash, that we still own prickly pear. I mean, we've renamed it, but we are still prickly pear. So use what you have and come join us. I mean, who doesn't want a free prize? And y'all know I'm like very generous. So anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna go play in the sun until it decides to hide again. But it sounds like we've got like 3 glorious but hot days ahead of us. So have a great weekend. Be safe. You know, love each other. Be good to one another, and come back and see me on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the only day that I'm live, and that's because we have a show scheduled at the end of the week. Bye. Toodles, everybody. Love you.